do, why I'm here, and what CBWN is about. Can y'all hear me okay? So over the years, I have been in business in various, I tell people I don't just change jobs, I change careers, because I get bored. And I meet my goal, and I'm like, oh, I need a whole new thing to do, right? So I've managed jewelry stores, I've managed banking centers, and I've done marketing for an airport. So I've just done a lot of fun, different things. Love business, but always had a side business going on at the same time because I love business. I love being in business. But throughout all these years, I've also served in women's ministry. Facilitating and organizing retreats and conferences, which is this is like my thing. This is what I love to do. If someone just paid me to come in and organize their retreats and things like that, I'd be the happiest girl in the world. So if there's a need, I'm for sale. So anyhow, a few years ago, I was working as the director of the Clyde Chamber of Commerce. And I was thinking about how, I really wanted to do something in ministry, but I wanted to do stuff with business women too. And so I started looking for, how you go and you look for networking groups and things like that. I'm like, I just can't find what I'm looking for. And so one day I just heard this little voice, and we know who he was, say, build it. I said, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I'm doing, right? Build what? But I had a vision for bringing women of faith who are in business together and supporting them and being able to pray over their businesses with them. Being able to share things that, and I love chambers, but sometimes it's not the setting to say, oh my gosh, let me tell you what God did in my business yesterday, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying. And so I wanted that, and I couldn't find it, so I decided to create it. And God just gave me the name, Christian Business Women's Network, and I'm like, okay. So we went, got a DBA, and I'm like, now what do I do? So I went on Facebook, and I just created a page. I'm like, now what do I do? Y'all ever do that? I have a pastor in our network. He told me one time, he said, Missy, he calls me Missy. He says, you just keep walking, keep putting one foot in front of the other, even though you don't know where you're going sometimes. That's faith. And I was like, okay, that's real hard for me. So anyhow, I put out there, let's have a luncheon. And women showed up. And that's where we started over 6 years ago. So it's been quite a journey. It's had its ups and downs. COVID was kind of weird, that time. We missed one luncheon because the women in Abilene said, no, we want to meet. We need to meet. And we did. We found a private location to do so, but we continued to meet. And so over time, we have had the Abilene chapter going the second Tuesday of every week now for 6 straight years. I mean, this is what we do. And then we decided to branch out. So I thought about, where do we want to branch out? And where do I feel like maybe there's a need? So we went to San Angelo. And now we meet in San Angelo. And then Tamith and I were talking about, what about Conroe? She lives down in Conroe. And I said, I don't know. So for about a year, she and I have been working on that, talking about that one. And then last fall, I went through a downtime. Y'all ever just go through a time when you're like, I'm done, I'm out, forget it, right? And I went through that. A lot of things happened in our life. We had a building that we had rented that flooded. We had to move out suddenly, so I had to cancel some events, which broke my heart, of course. We had several deaths of family and friends. And so the holidays were just really hard for me. I just, didn't know what to do. And I told my husband, I said, you know what, I'm just done with CBWN. Things just aren't going the way that I had imagined them to. And I'm just done. I'm just going to shut it down and go get a job. And he said, you need to be still and be quiet. Because sometimes, we're so busy hearing what we want to hear and saying what we're thinking, all this, that we can't hear the voice of God. So I said, okay, I'll try. And so got through the holidays, and now I'm going to cry. So if you have extra tissue, but I'm going to cry. So got through the holidays, and finally, first of the year, I said, Lord, if you're really still in this, you're going to have to do something. Because I'm out. I'm just done. You just get tired. Y'all ever just get tired? And I was tired. And I said, I don't know. You're going to have to let me know that I'm supposed to continue to do this. And the next thing I know, I wake up one morning and I have this message on Facebook. And it was from Melissa Sanderson. And she said, have you thought about coming to Brownwood? Well, I had for 2 years, but I just hadn't done it. You know, there's the timing, God's timing. And I said, well, I have. I don't know. I've got all these other things going on. I'm trying to do these. And she said, well, let's talk. So we got to talk. And what she shared with me, I hope it's okay if I share, was that she was going through some things, and she saw our Facebook page, and she saw some of the things we were doing, and some of the posts, and she said, I need this. I need this. And so here we are. And I believe with all my heart that we're supposed to be here. I just believe that. I really do. I believe we're supposed to be here. I believe I'm here to serve the women of this area, and I hope I can do that. I hope I can do it well. And I'm excited and looking forward to meeting more ladies, getting to know all of you, and spending time with you and supporting you. That's all I want to do. I want to serve. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to serve you. Yes, we have a membership program. The reason we have the membership program is because it costs money to do anything, right? It does. That's just a fact of life. But the real reason we do this is because we need community. And I was looking at some information the other day about community. The definition of community I found is a unified body of individuals, such as the people with common interests living in a particular area. God did not intend for us to live in isolation. Y'all know that, right? I think we really learned that during the whole pandemic. And people are still suffering from PTSD from that. Still suffering from trying to get through that and to get back out, and see people. I'm an extrovert. I am out there. I mean, I can talk to anybody. I can walk in any place by myself, and I'm good. And I even struggled for a little bit. And if I struggled, I cannot imagine how hard it was for the introverts to say after a year, okay, I'm gonna go to this event, or I'm gonna go to this meeting. And so I'm always very happy and proud to see ladies come to our luncheons for the first time, because you never know someone's story, and you don't know what a huge step that may be for them. So I'm very grateful for you stepping out and coming to anything that we host. I'm grateful for that. One of the statistics I came across was that 58% of women reported feeling lonely most of the time. Social media being tied to loneliness, as y'all know, 73% of heavy social media users admitted to feeling lonely. 73%. And how many people are on social media on a regular basis? Okay. Gen Z, people who are 18 to 22 years old, had the highest average of loneliness score on the 80-point scale. That's scary. They're our future. That is scary. And boomers had the lowest. Okay, but I think it's because boomers have more connections, and I think they're not on social media as much, and they have a better sense of that need for community, and are more connected with people. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is a couple of scriptures. One of them, let's see, 1 Corinthians 1:10. I appeal to you, brothers and sisters, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, that all of you agree with one another in what you say, and there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly united in mind and thought. Unity is so important, and that's why I wanted to have an organization of women of faith. I went to a networking event one time in Abilene. It was mostly men that were there, but we were just sitting and talking, and one of the gentlemen asked me, he says, so who are you and what do you do? And I told him, and he said, well, you need to change the name of your organization. I said, why? He said, because don't you think by having the word Christian in there, you're going to, maybe keep some people from being a part of that? And I looked at him, and he had shock on his face when I said, I don't care. I don't care. This is who I am. This is who we are. And I think it's so important that we are together and that we're like-minded. Not that we agree on everything, and not that we're all the same denominations or whatever. That doesn't matter. We all believe in Jesus Christ, and we believe in treating people the way that he taught us to treat people. And that's what's most important. So anyway, another scripture that I wanted to share real quick is Hebrews 10:24-25. Let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another. That's so important. I feel strongly about encouraging women. And one of the things that we always say is that we encourage women to define their own success. The world is really good at telling us what is successful and what's not, right? Whether it's in business, whether it's in churches, what number makes you a success? What number? I mean, you talk to people in the world and they're like, oh, we had 300 people at this event. It was a success. You have some people say, we only had 1,000 people show up, right? So you can't depend on numbers. You have to define for yourself your business. You may have a business where your goal is, you know what, I want to make $500,000 a year and I want to work this much, and that's success to me. And then I have women who say, you know what, I just want to make enough money to pay for my child's private daycare. That's it. And if I do that, I feel successful. So what we do is we support and encourage you in whatever that looks like for you. I'm not ever going to come to you and say, no, that's not right. You need to do it differently. I'm going to say, what is your heart's desire? What do you want? Because whatever you're desiring in your heart is what God has put there for you. So that's the questions I'm going to ask you when we sit down and talk, and I try to find out how I can help you and how I can support you. Community. There are some good reasons to be a part of community, and that's what CBWN is. We are a community. I don't like the word organization, even though we use it sometimes, but we really are a community. Some of the things communities help us with. It helps us learn to respond to change. Sometimes when we're going through things, we have crisis in our life, things in the world, politics, whatever. Sometimes just being part of a community and being able to talk to someone, bounce things off of somebody, and have them encourage you can help you go through seasons of change. Another thing it does is brings opportunities to have fun, meet people, build relationships, enjoy life. Sometimes we ladies need to get away from the husbands and the kids, you know what I'm saying? And we just need to have some girl time. We need that. We need that girl time. Having a sense, being in a community gives you a sense of belonging. We all want to feel like we belong, right? That we belong somewhere, that we fit somewhere. Most of my life, I will tell you, I have always felt like a misfit. All my life. Never fit anywhere, not even in my own family. That's a whole nother story. But I never fit. I never felt like I belonged anywhere. You know? Can y'all relate? Anybody? Yes. And so with CBWN, with CBWN, we embrace you, we love you, we celebrate you for who you are. Woo! That's what we do. And I love that. And I love you. And I love all of you. I love the quiet ones, the shy ones. And I love the Anitas of the world. I love you. All right? We all have a purpose and a place in this life. And in our own way, we all can help others. Sometimes we don't think we can. Sometimes we sit back and go, what do I have to offer? What do I have to give? If you think that, come to me and I will tell you real quick. I can spend a few minutes with you and I can probably see what your gifts are and help you understand why God put you here. There is a reason for that. Being a part of a community helps with mental health, right? It helps our mental health. That way we don't feel alone. We know we're not alone in things. We always have someone we can call on or somebody we can turn to for help. We can learn new viewpoints, new perspectives, right? Just today, listening to some of y'all speak, I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought about that like that. Okay, we learn new perspectives, and that's how we grow. If we just stay in our little world by ourselves or with our own, circle of 2 or 3 people who are just like us, you will never grow. Right? We just stay stagnant. And you want to grow. We want to be our better version of ourselves. We want to constantly be learning and growing. And seeing other perspectives gives us an opportunity to do that. Also gives you an opportunity to give grace. To just give grace to other people. And I don't know about y'all, but I need grace. It also can help you become a better communicator, being in a community, because we give everybody opportunities to speak and to talk and to share. And that's just one of the things that we can do. Support. Who likes a little support? Who likes somebody to go, girl, you got this, right? We all need to hear that. And if you're not in a circle of people who do that for you, you need to find another circle, for real. You need to hear that. You need to hear people say, you've got this, okay? I'm praying for you. We need that desperately. Professional development is another opportunity that we offer through our community, like today. And also, just sometimes pushing us out of our comfort zone, right? Sometimes we won't do that unless there's peer pressure. Like today, we had a little bit of peer pressure, right? But how do you feel about it now? Pretty good? Yeah, feels pretty good. So Christian Business Women's Network, this is why we exist. This is what we do. The luncheons, we welcome you to come to. We put those out on Facebook. For each chapter, it's the same day of the month don't ask me exactly what those are right now off the roll, because I can't. It's been a long day. But look us up on Facebook, come to the luncheons. Just come, visit, meet, get to know people, do some networking, do those things. But if you are interested in becoming a member, let me just share with you what that looks like, okay? And there's one of these in your bag, okay? So, as a member of CBWN, you have access to a community of supportive women, both at the luncheons, through Facebook groups, things like that. There's always supportive women in that circle. We have a magazine that we're working on right now. We publish this magazine every year. We're working on our holiday edition, and you get a free ad in the magazine. So that's something that if you're interested in, let me know and we can talk about that. If you say, okay, I'm not going to sign up for membership right now, but I'd like to have an ad in the magazine, then talk to me. We'll talk about rates. They're pretty reasonable, and I would love to work with you on that. We offer a lot of free workshops that we offer throughout the year for members only. Events like this, as you saw, members got a $15 discount. We have a women's expo that we host in Abilene every year. And last year we had 64, I think, booths. And it's just all women either own businesses or run businesses or whatever. And we started incorporating some young girls who are doing their little businesses. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Cynthia's granddaughter called me up. She's 12. And she says, Miss Melissa, do you have any spaces left at your expo? And I said, I sure do. She said, well, how much are they? I said, they're $150. And she says, didn't skip a beat. Would you consider trade? And I said, well, what do you have in mind? She said, I will work. I will do anything you need. I said, will you be here the day before at 2 o'clock? And I will put you to work and I will give you a space. And she said, can I bring my business partner? I said, yes, you can bring your business partner. It was so cute, so cute. So we had four girls, 12 to 14 years old that had their booth set up. They sell out too. Let me tell you, these girls know how to work it, okay? And we could take some tips from them. They may do my expo training next year because they were amazing. They were amazing. So we're opening that up even more this coming year. So that expo will be in on April 13th this next year. So we're super excited about getting that up and going with the convention center downtown. So that's exciting. And of course, members get priority placement and discounts on that also. We have members only Facebook groups, mastermind groups. We just started a book club. So we're working on a book. We just started this week. So if you're like, oh, I think I might want to in on that, go ahead, order your book and join us. It's called The Women of the Bible Speak. And just that first chapter was pretty insightful. And we have a Zoom meeting on Monday mornings where we discuss. And then we also have the Facebook group where we discuss. So we have a lot of things going on. So when Anita said, is this a Christian or a secular event? I'm like, yeah. I don't know right? Or when you say it's a business conference, they have these preconceived ideas of what it's going to look like. And I just enjoy being able to kind of marry the two and support women who say, hey, I'm in business, I want to be successful, but I'm a Christian too. And, you know, I need somebody to pray with me about my business. You know, that's what we do. Also, as you see, you get some opportunities to speak and present, those kind of things. So that's who we are. That's what we do. That tells you a little bit about me. My husband and I, Ray, we're in full-time ministry. This is what we do. We have several things going on, a large network that provides oversight for some churches and independent ministers. And then we have a Bible school. And we have this. So it keeps us pretty busy with 9 grandchildren. Yeah. So anyhow, so what I want to do now is I want to introduce each chapter. Outside of Abilene has a leader that is helping get that chapter going and keeping it going and doing all the things, because I live in Baird, so I can't be everywhere all the time. So Tara is already standing. This is Tara. Tara is the leader of the San Angelo chapter, and she's doing an amazing job with that. So thank you, Tara. I appreciate you. And Tamitha, y'all met Tamitha. Tamitha is leading our chapter, which has been a lot of fun too. That's been a lot of fun. I guess that's. No, which one's the newest? We started these about the same time, so I believe she was just right after. I think so. And then Melissa Sanderson. Melissa's the one who is my leader for our So these ladies are amazing, and they believe in what we do, and they have, I believe, my heart for the organization and for the women who attend. So if you need anything and for some reason you can't reach me and whatever area you're in, feel free to reach out to them. Follow us on Facebook. So Facebook, and I know I had forgotten, it was just pointed out that I don't have Conroe and Brentwood on here yet. I need to get that done. So each Facebook page, each chapter has its own page. So it's just CBWN and then the name of the community, okay? So follow us on there. So for this area, it's CBWN, Brown County, San Angelo, Abilene, Conroe. So follow us on Facebook so you always know kind of what's going on, what's coming up, because we have a lot planned and we have a lot in store, especially through the next couple months. We, of course, will host a holiday party at each. I say holiday not because I don't want to say Christmas, but because we usually do it before Thanksgiving. So I say Christmas and I say Merry Christmas, so it's not about that. So anyway, that's what we are. That's what we do. That's who I am. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Y'all took a chance to come to something with someone that you didn't know, and that's not always easy to do, and I appreciate it. So if there's anything you'll need, just holler anytime. I would hope y'all will stay. We have our ribbon cuttings for both the Brownwood and Early chambers coming up here in a few minutes. We'll do that, and then we'll have a networking event, which will be fun. And Kim will lead us in that, and it's just going to help you meet a couple more people, get their contact info, so that you go home today not just knowing the people at your table, which is good, but you also know somebody else across the room, right? Because in business, it's all about the networking, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. It's about the networking. It's about a lot of prayer and hard work, but it's also about who you know and meeting people and connecting people. Whenever I was at the airport, I was involved on several boards and everything, and for some reason I got this nickname. Melissa's the connector of people. She's the connector of people. That's what they would say. So if somebody was looking for someone who did something, I would get random calls. Hey, I heard that you connect people. Like, okay, what are you looking for? What do you need? So it became kind of fun because there are a lot of things that people need that I can't do, but I probably know somebody who can, and I can connect you to them. So do y'all have any questions about today, about anything that we're doing, about CBWN, anything? Anybody?
Melissa, I just looked at my Facebook post since you were talking about Facebook. I have 6 likes, 1 heart, and 3 comments.
From today, from earlier today? All right. followed instructions very well, didn't you?
Well, I tried.
You did, you did.
I tried.
You did. All right, that's awesome. Yes.
I just want to add, like, the lessons, they really are kind of a lot of fun. I know sometimes getting away from work a lot is hard, but just going and knowing that you're with other women that might need you just as much as you need them, really is nice. And the Brownwood one is the second Thursday at section camp, but we won't be having it this time because we did the conference.
Yeah.
So,
At 11:45.
right.
Thank you. And that's the thing. Sometimes, we may think about wanting something and think, well, I don't need anything, but you never know when someone there may need you. You never know because you have something to offer, you have something to give, and you just don't know. There may be somebody there who needs your smile, who needs a kind word, or who needs a service or a product that you have. You don't ever know. So, yeah, I know it can be hard sometimes. Like, well, I have to leave home or leave work and go do this, but please do whenever you have the opportunity. We would love to see you there.